Hello, everybody. This is Bumpy Gaming back here once again with the Zero Show podcast. And I feel really bad for stealing the spotlight from these guys. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, it's me, Lightning Cayo. You probably thought this series was dead, didn't you? Well, nope, we're back after... How long has it been?
I think since May, June 2021 was when we did the Shark Tale thing.
My goodness, wow.
Yikes. And why don't you introduce yourself, our returning guest?
Hey guys, I'm the console wearer, but you can call me console. I'm glad to be back.
Unfortunately, Infinite Gates could not be with us today, but don't worry, you're with us in spirit, my friend.
Mm.
So, I think, since it's been a little while, why don't we sort of ease ourselves back into the podcast with a little self-indulgent episode, if you will, if that makes sense, you guys.
Yeah, I can roll with that.
And I think we actually mentioned this a couple times in previous videos. This time we're gonna do stuff related to fighting games and platform fighters. Because I think on all of our channels we've done at least something with a platform fighter and a traditional fighting game.
Well, I'm more of a platform kind of guy, but yeah.
Especially console over here. I know you play a lot of platform fighters and traditional fighters.
Yep.
So, I figure, why don't we get this started by sort of introducing ourselves, if we will, to our experiences with fighting games.
Who wants to go first?
I'll ask the questions, and we'll have console answer, then Bumpy, and then me. Does that work?
That works.
That's good.
All right. Let's get started. First things first. How about, what was your first traditional fighting game and your first platform fighter?
Well, who goes first again?
Console does.
Okay. Well, my first traditional fighting game was actually Super Smash Bros. 64 on the Nintendo 64.
Really?
Good one.
Yeah, it was like the third game I ever played, I think.
Old school.
Yeah. And then after that, it was Melee. And then I believe the first traditional fighting game was probably Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm not sure.
You, sir, have good taste. I've always wanted to play that game.
Yeah, honestly, it was like the idea looked fun. I know I always played Spider-Man, and if I ever get back into a Marvel game, I'm definitely going to play Spider-Man again, even if he is maybe kind of hard.
I mean, he is one of the hardest characters to play in the franchise, but that Marvel vs. Capcom arcade collection's coming out, so you'll be able to play MVC2 again very soon.
Yeah, I would definitely love to do that if I had the time and money.
Looks like Maximilian Dude's dream is finally coming true.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, who is that?
He's very big into Marvel vs. Capcom. He's a fighting game YouTuber.
Yeah, he plays a lot of fighting games. Yeah, he wouldn't shut up about it during the whole Nintendo Direct when they revealed that, so that was the thing.
Yeah, he started the whole free Marvel vs. Capcom movement, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Can't say I blame the guy.
Nah. But, what about you, Bumpy?
Well, console said Smash 64. Like, the thing that got me into fighting games was actually Smash Brothers Melee.
Ooh.
I actually got a bit of a story. That's actually a whole story in and of itself.
I mean, you could tell us if you want.
Yeah, so back when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I loved Super Mario, right?
Right,
Yeah. Like
as most people do.
Yeah, that was like the one franchise I played on like my GameCube. And so one day, I was being babysat by my aunt. This was like 2005, 2006. Yeah, I think she gave me like a newspaper ad that was like for video games or something. And I see this one game called Super Smash Bros. Melee. Immediately, I'm attracted by, Mario and Bowser being on the cover. And then I also see Pikachu. Now, this was before I knew Pokemon was like a video game. I always assumed it was like a cartoon show. Because I knew what Pokemon was, I just never really bothered with it. But I see both Mario and Pikachu on the front cover, and I'm like, what?
It's mind-blowing to you, isn't it, at that time?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, and yeah, that was a game I wanted. I remember I can still remember in my head like my dad taking me to GameStop to get it for me.
Oh, GameStop.
Yep. Or was it EB Games? I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, so we took it home. I played Melee, and then immediately I fell in love with it. And then that game, and then actually, I recognized Samus in it as well because my dad owned Metroid Prime.
Very cultured. The Metroid Prime franchise is a very good series.
Yeah, yeah. Metroid was like the only other Nintendo game I knew about, prior to 2006. Because then I get Smash Brothers Melee, and immediately I want to know like who's Link, who's Kirby, who's Fox. And that game was a very instrumental part in making me the big Nintendo fanboy that I am today.
Yeah, same for me.
And what about your first traditional fighting game?
God, I have to like really dig, but the earliest traditional fighting game I can remember playing is like, or at least I remember the first one I actively wanted to play was like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Base decision, honestly.
Yeah, I got it on like PS3 years ago. Cause my babysitter in like that era, I had a different babysitter in that era, and her son liked Marvel vs. Capcom, so I played a little bit of that with him.
Huh.
And then eventually I wanted my own copy, which I eventually did get, so.
Nice.
And that game was my introduction to Deadpool, so.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I just wanted the game for
Merc
Deadpool.
with a mouth.
Yeah, I just wanted the game for Deadpool.
Oh.
Hey, that's totally fair, honestly.
Yeah.
So, guess it's my turn?
Go ahead.
Alright. My first platform fighter, and this also is a story kind of similar to yours, Bumpy, was Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh.
And I pronounce it Melee instead of Melee. I'm sorry to anyone who will correct me, going, actually, it's pronounced Melee.
To the guillotine!
Yeah, the story of my life.
Mhm.
But, the story goes, I was being babysat one time, and I spot a GameCube at the sitter's, the living room TV. I pop it on, and already inside the game was Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I immediately pick Fox. And keep in mind, I've never played a Nintendo game at this time when I was 6 years old. I played Sonic the Hedgehog and Halo exclusively.
Halo is
Those
age
base games.
6.
Yeah. I mean, I was allowed to watch Alien at age 6.
I mean, I
I
feel
was
like
allowed
that's
to-
kind of normal at my place.
That was the age I was allowed to watch Family Guy.
You know what? Fair enough. I probably have seen Family Guy at that age too. But as someone who only has experience with Sonic the Hedgehog and Halo, I'm like, Fox, he looks kind of like Tails, I guess. And who's this guy who looks like Pinocchio? His name is Ness?
What?
Yeah, just little 6-year-old me with no clue on Nintendo at all is like, who the hell are these characters?
Guy, you know what that's reminding me of?
What?
You know how in like the menus of Melee they have like blurry images of the character selection screen?
Right.
Like I remember some of those blurry. I could do like an image flash right now of that, and I specifically remember an outline that I thought resembled Donkey from Shrek. I'll put a circle around it right here.
Huh. And, well, to be fair, when I played Melee, I didn't know what I was doing, but my first proper introduction to where I actually got to play and own a platform fighter was Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Full circle.
And the whole reason I wanted to play Brawl was solely because Sonic the Hedgehog was in it.
Yep, and Brawl was how I got into Sonic.
Oh, really?
For me, Brawl was how I got into Nintendo, because I was 12 years old, and I'm like, okay, Sonic the Hedgehog is beating the crap out of this guy called Link. I'll check out what game he's from. Ooh, The Legend of Zelda. Oh, it's kind of dark. I like it. And this Super Mario guy, I start playing New Super Mario Bros. On the DS for my first Mario title, and Smash Brothers was really just my introduction to Nintendo.
Yeah, and that's what's good about Smash. It's a celebration of gaming as a whole.
Yeah, and it really does kind of open up a lot of people to new gaming franchises and such that they never would have played before.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know I might be going a bit ahead of topic here, but if it weren't for Terry being in Smash Brothers, I don't know. And Terry being my main at that, I don't know if I ever really would have gotten into SNK fighting games.
Fair enough. SNK fighting games are really good, though. But after playing Brawl, I'm ashamed to say this, but my first traditional fighting game was Mortal Kombat Armageddon on the Xbox.
Is that a bad game?
I'm ashamed to admit it because I don't like Mortal Kombat, and my friends know that
Oh.
for a fact.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the way the games are designed, but even back in the Midway era and in the current NetherRealm Studios era.
Do you think maybe it prioritizes the gore a little too much?
Not only that, but it's just not really fun to play kind of fighting game for me.
The game's
see
kind of
that.
slow, isn't it?
The game's like Street Fighter, but even more combo centric.
Ah.
And it's supposed to be a footsies based fighting game, but you have characters that are very strong in zoning, and they typically dominate the game because their zoning is that good. Mortal Kombat X is kind of like what Melee is to Smash Brothers, where it's a very popular Mortal Kombat title.
And what would the Mortal Kombat equivalent of Brawl be?
We're currently kind of in it with Mortal Kombat 11 and 1.
Oh,
A lot of people are not a fan of those titles, and I can see why. Very popular very popular YouTubers have covered those games to death on why they're not very good. But after Mortal Kombat Armageddon, it sort of sent me down to playing Injustice and Injustice 2, and that really sealed the deal for me not really liking NetherRealm Studio fighting games. But then I'd play Dragon Ball Fighters, and that's all good.
Mhm.
oh, yeah. That is a. I'm not even a Dragon Ball fan, but that is a pretty goated game.
It is. But, yeah, first topic, and here we are several minutes into the video, but I got
12.
another question for all of you.
What?
Question 2. What is your favorite platform fighter and your favorite traditional fighter?
I got to think about the traditional fire. So, console, why don't you take this one?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm a little awkward to say this because of what kind of game this one has been, how much issues it's been causing when it first came out, and continuing after each update. But I'll start with my favorite platform fighter right now, and I think it's Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2.
Oh,
You know what? I cannot blame you for that, truthfully.
Yeah, like
yeah, it's a good game.
the game definitely should have been delayed a bit to get some of the glitches, and it's honestly questionable with what decisions they've been making, especially with the season pass. But at its core, it's a really fun game. It's basically Melee, but not as it's
Jank?
more not jank.
Not as
more
fast.
casual friendly, I suppose.
You know what?
know-
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the slime mechanic basically giving Roman cancels to
Yeah.
a platform fighter.
That's probably the biggest thing that makes it stand out from Smash, at least.
Definitely. That's one of the reasons why I kind of like it, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
So, favorite
Uh,
traditional fighter?
As for traditional fighter, I'm not entirely sure at the moment. Like,
Because I'd say, for the sake of simplicity, with traditional fighters, I'm also lumping in anime fighters and tag team fighters, if that's alright.
yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of not sure right at the moment. Like, I could say Dragon Ball Fighters, but that game's kind of weird, but with some stuff. And if you watch my videos, I kind of complain about the changes that they've made. But I don't really know what other traditional fighter I can say at the moment.
Considering you play it every so often, what about Guilty Gear Strive?
Guilty Gear Strive. It's definitely a good game, and I think so far I think the updates have been a lot better than Fighters. But I don't know. It's a game that I just come on and off on. Like, it's fun when I play it, but it's like really hard to get back into.
Fair enough. And you say about updates, the good thing you're not a Zato main. They have not been having a fun time ever since he got nerfed.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
but
kind of cool too.
yeah, he is. It's unfortunate. When season 3 came out, they nerfed him pretty heavily.
Mm.
But I guess are those your picks, console?
Yeah,
You can always come back and edit your choice if you want. Just like hold the phone, stop the presses.
Let's enter the magical world of post-production. Please don't overwork me. Please.
Don't worry, we're not going to. You could just say it out of the blue if you want, console, even when we're talking about something else.
Okay.
You don't have to edit that at all, Bumpy. You're good. You're good.
Thank fuck. Anyways, yeah, so you want to ask me what my favorites are?
Yeah, your favorite traditional fighter and favorite platform fighter.
All right, well, platform fighter, well, I'm probably going to say just about anything in the Smash series, though kind of a toss-up between Melee, Brawl, and Ultimate. You know, because Melee's the one that made me a Nintendo fan, and Ultimate has the most content, but I don't know, I just find myself going back to Brawl the most. Like, that one definitely has more of a special place in my heart compared to those other two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's totally understandable.
Yeah, and of course, the single-player content. I just feel like there's more to do in Brawl compared to every other Smash game.
Brawl did really feel like if it's just a what if Melee got a little bit more time to cook.
Yeah. For starters, they added Wario.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of a side note. You know how they added like Roy to Melee because Marth was in it and they had to promote the new Fire Emblem game?
Yeah, and they added Icon Brawl.
Yeah. I firmly believe that if Sonic was in Melee, they would have also added Shadow to promote Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
In Melee?
Yeah, because
that would be pretty wild. I know at the time, Sega was open to the idea of Sonic being in Melee.
And I believe Konami wanted Snake in Melee too.
Right.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Yeah.
I think so.
And if Sakurai, if he could have added one more character to Melee, it would have been Wario.
To be fair, Wario is the GOAT.
That he is. Very, very red-pilled. Anyways, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, Brawl, probably one of my favorite games of all time, to be honest. If not my favorite game of all time.
And to be fair, Brawl has been seeing a lot of resurgence as of late. People coming out and admitting that they really like it.
Revisionist history, my favorite.
And what about traditional fighter for you, Bumpy?
Yeah, see, I don't got much a horse in that race because I don't really play a lot of traditional fighters. I'll play the occasional one that I think is good, like Dragon Ball and Street Fighter 6. Thanks for getting me into that, by the way.
No prob. We're still waiting for Terry to come to it.
Yeah, and then Guilty Gear, XX, Accent Chord Plus. I think that's the one I played on my channel.
Yeah, you played Plus R.
Yeah, that's a good game. But there is one traditional fighter I keep coming back to every now and then.
Which one's that?
Would be Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
You know what? Fair enough.
I don't know. I guess for the same reason why Brawl is my favorite platform fighter, I just have a lot of good memories associated with it.
I mean, it's one of the most influential fighting games out there.
You think so?
Marvel versus Capcom in general is pretty top dog, and whenever anything new related to the series comes out, it makes its presence known.
Yeah, I mean, I think in fighters kind of based, it's around Marvel too, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's a 3v3 tag team fighter with air dashes and such, and assist calls. But yeah, I cannot blame you for saying that UMVC3 is probably your favorite traditional fighter.
Yeah, I just really like it.
I think it's funny how both your fighting games are incredibly unbalanced.
Yeah. And I say that, like, I feel like Bugs Bunny in that one episode of the Looney Tunes show. I like it.
Uh, I'm not really sure if my picks are really just kind of a normie pick or if they're just hot takes or something.
Well, why don't you share them?
Uh, I guess for my platform fighter choice, it's either gotta be Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS or Nickelodeon All-Star
Ooh.
Brawl 2.
Oh.
Uh,
The reason I choose Smash for 3DS specifically is because of Smash Run. That mode is what if you took City Trial from Kirby Air Ride and put it into a platform fighter, and it really works.
Yeah.
masterpiece game.
Wish they'd bring it back.
Yeah, and another reason why I kind of really liked it is at the time in high school, I would always go to the senior lounge with my close mutuals at the time, and we would always bring Smash for 3DS together. We'd sit on the couch in the senior lounge and just play Smash Brothers.
And now you can recreate those moments with the magic of Pretendo.
Yep. As soon as they get Super Smash Brothers working.
As soon as they get 3DS on hacklist altogether, really.
Fair enough.
Speaking of which, I did actually hear Smash for Wii U is in beta testing right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Anyways, go on. I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. That was actually pretty important in my opinion. But, yeah. With Smash 3DS, it's mostly just the nostalgia factor, I suppose. But with Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, for me, like Console said, the whole slime mechanic really was a huge selling point for me. And it's just a really cool X factor that game has over other platform fighters.
True.
And it allows super attacks to be viable in competitive play. Because Smash Ultimate, you're not going to see tournaments run Final Smash meter at all.
That's
And,
true.
speaking of Smash Bros. Tournaments, I'll get to that in a little bit. That'll be a question for later. But for my favorite traditional fighting game, for me, it's actually Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising.
Oh. Yeah, you've been favoring that one lately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you blame me? It's more honest, kind of, if you're not playing near, but honest fighting game. Just there's no assist mechanics or anything. It's more like anime Street Fighter, if anything, with a little bit of Guilty Gear mixed in.
Oh.
And it's introduced me to the world of Grand Blue Fantasy, which I've been absolutely loving as of late. I've been playing Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, really good action RPG.
Yeah.
And just my absolute favorite main in any fighting game, Lowain. I love playing him. He's an actual really unique and fun joke character that can actually, put in the work,
I really
even
love
in serious play.
I love his victory animation.
Yeah, where it's all just in his imagination.
Little anticlimactic, but I dig it.
It's funny as hell. I mean, Lowain is kind of the joke character in Grand Blue Fantasy, so it fits.
True.
Even if it is super skybound art, that's just all in it. Lowain's head as well. But that the favorite fighting game characters is a question for a little bit later. I wanted to get on to the third question, if that's all right.
Go ahead.
Third question: what is your least favorite platform fighter and least favorite traditional fighter?
Ugh.
No.
It doesn't even have to be of one you've played, just one that you know that you would absolutely despise.
Can I pick my favorite traditional fighter as my least favorite?
No. Well, you know what? If it's DBFZ, sure, considering the recent changes. But you go first, Console. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. I'm going first every time. Nice.
Yeah,
I guess. I guess. Yeah, I could say fighters. Is my least favorite, considering how much I despise it now.
The balancing for that game has really not been very good, honestly. They kind of homogenize every character's combo routes.
I'm gonna say what Rhymesal said in his more recent video, and if you don't know who Rhymesal is, he's a big Dragon Ball video game YouTuber. But
Yep, I've watched
Dragon Ball.
I've watched his content.
I have.
Oh yeah, yeah. But Dragon Ball Fighters is probably the biggest game that dropped the ball in like, I don't know, history. I don't know exactly what he said, but I agree with his opinion.
I feel like it doesn't need any more DLC characters. It just needs to be a good fighting game.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Everyone just feels super unhonest, and anyone could win, basically. Like, the game is more focused towards the casual audience, even though I think the casual audience was already like really good. Like, when I got into this game, I didn't know anything. I just did auto combo. Loved the story mode, even though I know that's an unpopular opinion.
The casuals are eating very good with DBFZ, but just you need to have a good balance between the casual and competitive audience for fighting games.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just doesn't feel like the competitive side of things isn't really eating as well.
Right. And you know what? Honestly, I'll save my opinion for DBFC later, but continue. I'm sorry.
I don't really know what else to say. I guess I could just jump to the platform fighter thing.
Right.
What's my least favorite platform fighter? I don't. It's weird to say this one because I didn't really play a lot of it, but when I tried it out for the first time on PSP, or is it PS Vita or whatever? I don't remember. I know I didn't like it, and I was clearly unbalanced and had a lot of what's the word? Loops, I think. Not loops. I don't remember what it is. Chain.
I wonder which game is it?
It's a certain game that doesn't have Crash Bandicoot, Spyro.
Oh, PlayStation All Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Shadow the Hedgehog was supposed to be DLC for that game.
Oh.
Yep.
They had a render, but that's all they got.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they scrapped
apparently.
Probably because
from what I understand,
didn't sell well.
Yeah, and I heard Sega just turned them down. Oh. Like, they didn't want it for some reason.
I'm sorry. What was the joke you just made, Cayo?
Probably because they did not sell well is probably why.
Ugh.
And they probably would have let Shadow keep his gun because Shadow the Hedgehog the game was on PS2.
Thanks, general consumers.
Thanks, Sega, for not knowing what you're doing sometimes.
Man, that reminds me. Earlier today, well, we're recording this July 9th, 2024, but earlier today, my mom got me a box of Sonic fruit snacks in the grocery store. My immediate first thought: Betty Crocker understands Sonic better than Sega does.
Yeah, but we're digressing from console. I'm sorry. Let's let him cook.
All right. My friend, he's my best friend. He's been on the channel once, but he said he doesn't want to give NASB 2 and Multiverses. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. He wouldn't want to give those other platform finders a chance because he thinks they're cringe because they're clones, right? And he told me that apparently it was because PlayStation All-Stars was the reason for that. And I was like, well, that's because PlayStation All-Stars is bad. Everyone else agreed with me on that one too, at least in my friend group there.
I once got it for $2 at a video game store. Well, actually, that's only because I had store credit. I just said that $2 bit to be funny.
Okay.
Damn, that's almost the price of Skibbity Backrooms.
That's a better bang for your buck.
I would agree with you, but apparently the creator of that game is a crypto miner.
Never mind.
Yeah. I at least wanted to get that on recording, just as like a follow-up to that. But continue.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done, honestly.
All right.
I made my point.
Fair enough. What about you, Bumpy?
What about me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, your least favorite platform fighter and your least favorite. Oh, just right out the gate.
Yeah, no, I had you ask again so I could do it like that.
You know what? Fair enough. Care to explain? Yeah. Give us the explanation. Come on, just rip the Band-Aid off.
One word: microtransactions.
Well, okay. Besides that, what about the What about the gameplay? Does that at least have any sort of redeeming quality to you?
Kinda. I mean, I only really played the game in closed alpha, but it was okay for the most. I remember even in my video on the closed alpha, I said it was all right.
Oh.
Right.
It's just the microtransactions really kill it for me.
And I know free-to-play games, they always gotta have microtransactions, but Multiverses is in the plural for that title. Multiverses microtransactions are especially egregious.
Ugh, I don't like them. No way. That's like probably the main reason why I don't play it anymore.
And the grind to get something like the Agent Smith event is ludicrous.
Yeah. And Console, you were excited for Agent Smith.
And having to spend Gleamium, the premium currency, to level up gems and to buy lives and higher rift difficulties, just no thank you.
Yeah, that's like the worst part, definitely.
Yeah, and also remember when the game was in open beta, and I think like Morty was supposed to be the first DLC character, but then they kept delaying his release.
They had LeBron be the first new character.
Yeah, they kept delaying their characters like that. And especially for me as a big Rick and Morty fan, that just really killed any momentum the game could have had.
Right. And it sucks too, because I like the way these characters play for the most part. I wish the game was faster in its current released version, honestly.
Yeah, it feels a little floaty.
Yeah, the floatiness is a problem I have too.
Yeah, I did want to say that when I played it in the alpha, I felt it was a little slow for me, but apparently
that's kind of ironic.
Yeah, the alpha.
Yeah, and then they made it slower.
Yeah, in the closed alpha, when I saw how floaty it was, I initially chalked it up to, it being a closed alpha.
Then come the beta and the full release, it's still floaty.
Yeah, which really sucked, because there was one character in that game who I was really good at, and that was Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah, and they're kind of difficult too, huh?
They're a very unique character, even for platform fighters. They have very unique characters for the genre. It's sad that it's bogged down by so much crap.
Yeah. My advice for any people watching, even though it's an arena fighter, just play Tom and Jerry Fists of Furry instead.
That's the only time we'll allow arena fighter talk here. If
you want to do that, how about play its sequel, War of the Whiskers? It's rated T for teen, and no, I am not being ironic.
Damn. I'm sorry. We're excluding arena fighters from this because they're not really that great.
Even though Shrek Super Slam is goated.
True.
Yeah, but that's the exception, and sadly not the rule.
Well, I just said Tom and Jerry Fists of Furry, god damn it!
I just like yanking your chain, dude.
Oh, there was also a Looney Tunes arena fighter that was exclusive for the Xbox called Loons. That one's also kind of good.
I saw gameplay of that. It's an arena fighter, all right.
The arena fighter of all time?
I guess so.
Yeah, anyways, my least favorite traditional fighter. Again, I don't really have a horse in the traditional fighting race, so if I had to come up with one on the top of my head, that's hard to do because none of the traditional fighters I've played are even that bad. I guess there is one I remember being kind of jank. Fatal Fury Arcade.
One of the older Fatal Fury titles, I take it.
Fatal Fury. Well, see, that's not the original. I was more so referring to the Super Nintendo version of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the music just wasn't that good, and the fighting was kind of. I mean, the arcade kind of has those issues too, but I'd argue it's worse on Super Nintendo. Yeah, look up gameplay footage of Fatal Fury on Super Nintendo, or like some of the OST in it. You'll see what I mean.
You know what? I think I'll do that after the recording, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. As I was telling the people watching.
Yeah, but
I
I
wonder if
figured
it's
I'd
good on Genesis though, because that can somewhat replicate arcade sounds.
the Sega consoles were really good at emulating arcade stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, continue, Ko.
Oh boy, I guess it's my turn. Time for some, I guess, not so much hot takes on my side. Least favorite platform fighter. Multiverses was already discussed, but I would argue for me, it's either Multiverses or Brawlhalla.
Oh,
What,
Brawlhalla.
really?
With Multiverses, I've already explained why, but with Brawlhalla, I don't know. It's kind of not really that fun of a platform fighter. Sure, they have Rayman from Rayman and Ezio from Assassin's Creed as playable characters,
And SpongeBob.
but
It's not...
as a crossover skin.
Oh. Poe the
Oh,
Panda.
well, that's
Aang the Last Airbender.
That's a crossover skin too.
And Master Chief.
That's a crossover skin.
Wait.
Everyone that isn't Rayman or Ezio is a crossover skin.
What?
Rayman and Ezio are unique fighters.
Yeah. You know, I actually did play a bit of Brawlhalla in college. I remember thinking it was a pretty good game, but I remember at the time being annoyed that I could only play as every character in training mode.
Fair enough. Console, I think you would like Brawlhalla, because that game is very focused on combos and strings compared to even something like Multiverses.
Okay.
I feel like another problem I have. I feel like one problem I have with it is also the monetization is just a little bit too pricey for me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it
Just
Ubisoft?
Just everything that. Yeah, Ubisoft does own Blue Mammoth Games, which is the studio that made Brawlhalla.
I might be remembering this wrong, but I remember Ubisoft not being the best with microtransactions.
No, they're not good with monetization. Period. But yeah, I don't know. Just also the weapon system and the stats in Brawlhalla. There's attack, defense, dexterity, and speed. I don't know. Just there's usually the one good stat that is just godlike on every single character, and dexterity doesn't even really seem to matter that much. I don't know. It's just for me. I had my fun with it for a couple months when I started playing, but after a while, I'm just like, yeah, this is not hitting for me. And Smash Ultimate was right around the corner.
And also, if I may, like, remember in Smash, in Smash, how like my favorite thing to do is like disrespects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do those like crazy in Brawlhalla. It used to fucking piss off one of my best friends in college.
I mean,
You know,
that
I'm
game
actually-
seems like the type of game you could do that on.
It does let you do 8 different. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 8 types of taunts bound to the right stick.
That I did not know about.
Right?
So yeah, you could have one taunt for each direction on the right stick, or you could have all of them be salt emote.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Oh,
And it's
man.
also kind of sad too, because one of the characters I really liked in Brawlhalla is Queen Nai. I did a whole video on just like why she's considered underwhelming back when I used to do those underwhelming stuff in fighting game videos. Shameless self-plug, I guess. The whole reason why she's not even good is because she has the lowest speed stat in the entire game.
Oh wow.
Goddamn.
And her speed buff only gets her up to 4 speed, and you only have a max of 10 stats, with 1 being the lowest, and her base speed is at 3.
I bet she doesn't even have Thoron.
And the thing about speed in Brawlhalla is it's not only just how fast you walk, it's also tied to your airspeed too, so it affects her recovery.
Goddamn.
So having low speed means she cannot recover as well as everybody else can.
Hmm.
And you
Dang.
could choose dexterity stance, Queen Nai, and it gets her down to 2 speed. So yeah, make her even slower.
That's the way to
But,
do it.
Clearly, that's how you win tournaments. But for my least favorite traditional fighter, I'd have to say Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh,
Mhm.
I've got to play Mortal Kombat 1 finally, and I gotta say, I'm not really a big fan. The cameo system is kind of like the whole tag team assist calls in 2v2 or 3v3 fighting games. They have cooldowns and such. It's a cool idea, but there's clearly the meta cameos, which usually pair well with certain characters and such. So, I don't know, it just seems like diversity isn't really that, I don't know, prevalent, if that makes sense.
ah,
Like with Reiko, one of his most common cameos is with Darius. Just why not have him with someone like Chameleon or something? Or somebody else, just, I don't know. Also, again, like I mentioned before, I'm not really a fan of how Mortal Kombat games play, where it's just kind of, I don't know, messy, not really fun, kind of unbalanced. Zoners just dominate those games.
right.
Not to mention the single player content, what's it called? The invasion mode is not really that fun. Do you like a sort of board game type of mode where you go around to different areas and you have to do fights with gimmicks attached to them?
God, what?
It's like it's not really that fun. It's very grindy too,
Yeah.
and you get cosmetics out of it. But why would you sit through an entire invasion mode? And they have new invasions every season, which, I mean, cool that they're developing new seasons for invasions, I guess. But if it's not, to quote Reggie, if it's not fun, why bother?
Yep, he's right. He's right.
Also, this is just a personal pet peeve of mine, but NetherRealm Studio fighting games tend to have some very toxic communities tied to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, you saying the Mortal Kombat community's time, that reminded me of something.
what's that?
I vividly remember you like 5 years ago telling me the Mortal Kombat community is mostly chill.
Oh,
This was back in 2019.
wow.
The reason I remember this is because that's when Mortal Kombat 11 came out. And wasn't the single player mode locked behind a paywall or something?
For which game? I'm sorry.
Mortal Kombat 11.
No, it was locked. It was online only.
Yeah, it was online only. And then I
Oh.
remember I made a meme where it was like, the part in Jimmy Neutron where he was like, "This electricity bill is outrageous, and I won't pay it."
Right. I remember that because
Yeah.
if you weren't connected to the internet, you couldn't play the Towers of Time mode.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So let me get this straight. You need online to play the single player?
Yes,
yeah.
you need online to play
What?
the single player Towers mode with a bunch of gimmicks tied to fights and unlocks cosmetics at the end or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
So it's not
dumb.
like the only single player thing you could do on that though.
There is the story mode, but why would you bother?
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Especially when Mortal Kombat stories have not been good for a very long time, ever since MK9.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Mortal Kombat seems to have like some pretty interesting characters.
It's just a shame that it's all kind of wasted.
Yeah, it seems like the movies are better than the games at this point.
The movies aren't even really that good either. Sonic Ha XD, a YouTuber that I watch on occasion, talks about how bad the Mortal Kombat stories are.
Have you seen the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie?
I have, unfortunately.
No, because I was saying they just announced they're doing a sequel. It's coming out in 2025, October.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I actually do want to say one final thing about Mortal Kombat. Like, yeah, when I found out Mortal Kombat 11 was online only, I made a meme where it was like Hugh Neutron. I'll recreate it for the video. It was like Hugh Neutron walking up to NetherRealm Studios, going up to Ed Boon, right?
Right.
Yeah, he was like, "These online features are outrageous, and I won't play it."
Ooh, I didn't know you were so strapped for cash.
Do you take a check? As it just Ed Boon explaining to Hugh how the modern video game industry works.
Right. But, yeah, I think we're ready for the next topic if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this one is mostly for a game that Console and I play regarding Dragon Ball Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Something I wanted to talk to you about in particular is, what do you make of the rollback DBFZ that came to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC?
Very mixed thoughts. I mean, it's nice to have it there. If you can, I think it's like great to play with like actual friends. If you can get a friend to play with you, then you can play rollback. But it kind of sucks that it's only locked behind PS5 and Series X for if you have PS4 and Xbox One, I think.
Xbox One.
Yeah, you can't play it on that, unfortunately. And I'm not personally. I didn't really care too much about rollback, so I wouldn't really have mind if they kept it. It is great. Don't get me wrong. Rollback is a great online feature.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think I just have the unpopular opinion here because I can deal with delayed stuff. Even Smash Ultimate is just we'll
that's
get
a
back to
dumpster
that some
fire
other
in
time.
itself.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the launch version of DBFZ rollback, as I call it, was not really that well prepared. I mean, have you seen some of the clips where T-posing Super Baby 2, T-posing Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas?
Yep. If it's like an assist character or something, or when they do multiple
or a transformation.
Stuff, yeah, or if they like show multiple versions of the characters. I know Gogeta has it, and I know Goku Black has it. It just
or
freezes in there.
Or the T-posing Dragon Fist that GT Goku has.
Yeah.
It's certainly made for some funny clips, but I don't know, it really seemed like it was kind of rushed out the door, like they just wanted to get it over with.
Yeah, this feels like what Fighters is lately. Just feels like we just want to get done with this game and get back to Grand Blue.
Wait,
or
Namco is main Grand Blue? Oh wait, no, Arc 6.
No.
That's right.
Namco has Dragon Ball Sparking Zero that they're getting to. But yeah. Aside from that, another problem I have with DBFZ rollback is we lost, what was it, the party battle mode where you get to fight bosses because of the rollback version coming out. Unless you're Life Arrow and you can get people to mod custom boss battles for you, unfortunately, the mode is just it's just completely gone. You can't play it anymore. And it was one of the cool things that I really liked about DBFZ, aside from just fighting other people.
They took it out of delayed base too, or?
Yeah, it's out of delayed based. It's
wow.
The event. Those events are never coming back. They kept the Fighters Cups though. Yeah, they were willing to. I mean, Fighters Cup is basically just glorified event ranked matches, to be fair, but still, they couldn't update the game to let the boss battle events be compatible with rollback. I don't know, it really felt disappointing to me.
Yeah, like I said, I think it just would have been better if they didn't do rollback, or just, maybe make maybe you can remake the game or something, and for PS5 and Series X instead. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. Not remake the game, but what's the word? Repost it, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Give it a new coat of paint, I suppose. Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice.
Or just make a Fighters 2 or something.
Honestly, at this point, I'm probably looking more forward to Dragon Ball Fighters 2. But what would you really do to add on to it that makes it new?
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, that instead of just continuing...
Aside from new characters.
If they could just, instead of, adding more mechanics to the first game, they could have just put all those mechanics in the second game. think that would have been nice.
Right, because with Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, the first game, it was a lot more simple, I guess, but with Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, they add some new mechanics like the Raging Strike, Raging Chain, the Brave counters, and Ultimate Specials.
To me, the sequel should be better than the first. Get all the good, the criticism we get from the first game, and then, try to fix them in the second game. I think,
just like Nick
from
Brawl.
what it looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good point, Bumpy. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. That was just the first thing that came to mind.
That's totally fair. And with a lot of fighting games, if you want to make a sequel, you kind of have to have more than just new characters or a new game mode. You kind of new mechanics do kind of help just makes the experience fresh.
Yeah. And that was really the one issue I have with Smash Ultimate, which is really more of a nitpick. A lot of it feels very samey with Smash 4.
Right, and it brings back directional air dodges from Melee, but considering dodge, what do they call it? Dodge repetitiveness or whatever? You keep dodging, you lose invincibility frames.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know about all the technical stuff.
Yeah.
And it makes your dodges have even longer end lag, which, kind of ruins the fun of wave dashing.
Yeah, I can understand it for like rolling. That was kind of one of the issues that Smash 4 had.
It's an issue that Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 has, because I was rolling away from you guys consistently when we played and the collab.
I'm gonna roll again and again.
You're not gonna throw me out of this roll. Oh, look at that! You threw me out of my roll.
You want to see me roll over to that mountain and back?
Want to see me do it again?
Picks up phone and again and again. And again.
To quote King of Skill, do it again.
Do it again.
But DBFZ rollback. I really feel like it dropped the ball. It could have been much better. We didn't have to lose the boss battle mode.
Yeah, and I'll help you know that the beta for the rollback didn't have this much issues when it came out.
It still had the T-posing issues.
Oh yeah?
And it had the flashing UI bug, which did carry over to the launch version of the rollback.
And then the weird, stage breaking animations that aren't effective or something.
I think most of this stuff got patched out. I honestly haven't been able to check because I just kind of gave up on DBFC. It really sucks to see that these changes kind of just... Ugh. I'm not getting emotional. I just almost burped. I'm sorry. To see DBFZ go like this, it just makes it less fun for me, and it makes me sad a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know about the Xbox versions, but I think the only version of Dragon Ball Fighters that's alive is PC, and because that they just gave them the option for rollback
and mods.
Yeah, mods technically.
And the launch version of DBFZ rollback was especially terrible. I can't really remember what happened, but I was browsing through Twitter when DBFZ rollback came out, and the Xbox player base especially was like, there's a lot of problems happening on the Series X and S version of this game. We need fixes now. But apparently I hear that's unfortunately kind of common with Dragon Ball games, because even Xenoverse 2 had issues when that game came to Xbox Series X and S. But it's unfortunate. I figured I'd still talk with this to you in some capacity, console.
Yeah. But before we switch the topic, I do want to say that I've heard it seems like the PC player base is a lot more interesting to fight with than PS5. At least.
At least.
I mean, I've seen some pretty good players on there compared to what I've been fighting.
Yeah, it's competitiveness.
Yeah.
A competitive scene of competitiveness.
I mean, I guess isn't that what you would expect from a ranked mode?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you bring that up, because gonna transition to the next topic. Or well, mainly the next question is just do either of you really play ranked modes in platform fighters or traditional fighters that much? Are
Hell
you?
no.
Are you? Hold on, I was gonna add on to that. Are you a sweaty tryhard, or are you the definition of pure casual?
I could be both, honestly.
I'm a casual, and I'm okay with that.
That's
Reason-
completely fine.
Yeah, there's no shame in that.
Can I ask a question
did-
though to add on to that?
Sure.
Is there a name for people like me who only fight level 1 CPUs?
Honestly, I don't know. Well,
We call them Weezers.
What's with these homies dissing my fighting skills?
Carl, you know you're never gonna get anywhere in fighting games just fighting level 1 CPUs, right?
God, now I feel like a hypocrite saying that the Ultralord game was for babies.
Welcome to the big leagues, Carl. You're kind of screwed.
Hey Jimmy, RoboFeed is busted.
I know he's absolutely top tier. Do you see his combos? He has a touch of death. It's disgusting.
How am I supposed to win Evo now?
You could always play him.
Please get me a Nick Brawl, Jimmy. Put in a good word for me.
To add on to my question, console, I take it, considering from what I've seen of you, you've actually been to Smash Ultimate Tournament in person, right?
I've been to quite a few, but I've only gotten to like round 3 losers. That's not that far, but you know, sometimes what matters.
That's still pretty good in my opinion. You know, you're actually putting in the work out there.
Yeah,
Like,
I will admit that I do sort of try hard sometimes, but you know, I think that's okay, just as long as you don't force other people to do things your way.
right.
Yeah,
That's what turned me off of competitive play, to be honest.
the people.
That's completely reasonable, to be honest, Bumpy.
Yeah. And I'm not even saying that they're like bad people. I'm like some of the people I played with were actually very nice. It's just, you know, I just really couldn't attack them that much, you know.
I would say hit the lab and such, but to be fair, everybody works differently from each other.
Yeah.
How they try to improve.
Yeah, for a while, I admittedly was. I hate to like trauma dump here, but I was admittedly a bit insecure about my Smash skills.
That is, you know what? Honestly, I can relate to that. I put my hand over your shoulder, but sadly, we're not doing this in person with all of us. We're doing this over a voice call.
Join the club. We've got hats.
Yeah, but no, I can relate to what you said, Bumpy.
Yep.
And console, I gotta ask, what's the highest rank you've ever gotten in any sort of platform fighter or traditional fighter?
I feel like that's not really much saying, considering that the only game with rank that I've played for platform fighters was Nick All Stars 2. Because I don't think Smash technically has a ranked.
It has Elite Smash, but I'll get to that when we're done with this.
In GSP.
I know you play.
Admit, oh yeah,
I know you play a lot of DBFZ, and that game and Guilty Gear Strive have high ranks.
Oh my goodness, Guilty Gear Strive is weird because I gotten pretty high on the floor once, and I'm like, how did I get here?
What was the highest floor you ever reached?
Let's see if I can remember. I think I got to floor 9.
Damn, that's actually really good. For me, I stopped at floor 7 because I realized, yeah, the ranked mode it ain't really for me. I'm not really a big fan of the floor system.
Yeah, I'll have you know that after 3 matches I lost, I went back to 7.
Goddamn, rip. What about
rank? Sometimes doesn't mean anything depending on the player. Sometimes like you can.
Honestly, I see it as more like a bragging right kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what about DBFZ? What was the highest rank you ever got on that?
Well, I would say Fighters is the game that I have like the highest ranked in any fighting game, and that is right now I'm in Pride Trooper, which personally I think I'm a little underleveled. At least for
Still,
PS5. Maybe PC is different.
Still, if I remember correctly, that's a pretty high rank.
Yeah, let's see. I think 2 more ranks, and I'll be God of Destruction rank.
Yo, that if you actually make it there, I want to personally see you reach 1,000 subscribers.
Oh,
Same.
yeah? Thanks, man. I appreciate you both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, I stopped at Frieza rank on PS4 because, again, at the time, I kind of... I think there's a term for it. It's called ranked anxiety.
Oh, I see.
Where when you, for me at least, whenever I do hover over rank and try to do ranked matches, I always feel the nerves kick in, just like, oh boy, am I really gonna do this? Because I know as soon as I go in there, I'm gonna fight a lot of really strong players, and I know for some, that's kind of like, well, that's exciting, but for me, it's a little bit daunting.
You're about
If
to
that makes
enter. You're about to enter a world of pain with which you are not familiar.
Basically, yeah. After DBFZ, I refused to really play ranked modes in any other fighting game until I got to Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, the first one, where I reach B rank. It goes D, C, B, A, S, S plus, S plus, S plus plus, and then Master rank.
Nice. And
in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, I have not bothered playing ranked mode because honestly, I don't really see the point. When I played Tekken 8, I played ranked at least once, so I could at least get the achievement on Steam, and I made it to first Dan at least. Got my wins in ranked, and I'm like, yay, I'm happy with this at least. It actually, the last time I played ranked was Street Fighter 6. It's the highest rank I've ever gotten in any fighting game. Is diamond rank with M Bison.
Yeah, you were like really happy about that.
Yeah, because honestly, I was kind of nervous as hell going into it, but I won all of my placement matches. I started off because the way the placement matches work when you begin, it has you make a choice between beginner difficulty, novice, intermediate, or advanced. Me, I chose beginner because I'd like to start from the bottom up, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, choosing beginner, it had me fight level 5 CPU Luke for my first set. Because I don't know why Street Fighter 6 does that, but hey, at least I got that out of the way. I won against the bot. Then I start fighting actual players, and I did not lose a single placement match, and I somehow make it to Diamond 2 with M. Bison. So when I saw that Diamond appear on screen, I almost just yelled, and it was at the middle of the night, so I had to cover my mouth in the moment. I almost did the voice critical. Whoa, yeah, baby, that's what I'm waiting. That's what
it's all about.
But instead of saying it with pride, it's more like me saying it as a question. Like, that's what we've all been waiting for. That's what this was all about.
No, now I'm thinking of that moment in SpongeBob. Like, that's what we've been waiting for.
Oh, I was thinking of the one with what's his name, Patchy the Pirate, I think.
Yeah,
Patchy.
like,
that's it. Oh no, that's something else.
Well, that's it. That's the lost episode. Or how about like, or maybe I'll start and then Cayo, you add on to it. That's it. That's how I get diamond rank.
That was the easiest shit I've ever done in my life.
What a rip.
Do I think I'm gonna go back to playing ranked matches? Probably not in Street Fighter 6. I feel like that's good enough for me. Because I don't know I know what started me trying ranked in Street Fighter 6. I was playing a lot of matches with a friend of mine. Her name's Phoebe. That's her online alias.
Mhm.
And all the matches we have, the game starts saying, hey, do you want to know who's closer to your skill level? And it starts directing me towards platinum and diamond rank players.
Oh.
Oh,
And I don't know why. I don't really agree with that. I kind of like the placement match system that Street Fighter 6 has, because it does pair you up against players of your skill level.
Hmm.
And then once you're done with that, then you get your starting rank, and you can climb or drop down from the ranks from there on afterwards.
Maybe I should do more ranked matches in Street Fighter 6 because you were kicking my ass that day.
Hey, let's see how far you could get. If you can make it to Iron rank, then you get a cookie next time we meet.
Yes. Chocolate chip, please.
Bro, I love chocolate chip. You're a man of culture.
Or how about chocolate chip with M&Ms in it? I haven't had those in a long time.
You know, I know of a store that sells those. I can happily get you some.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't had those since I think Subway discontinued them.
Oh, goddamn. But yeah, I could definitely hook you up if you do make it to Iron rank in Street Fighter 6.
Challenge accepted.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
As for platform fighters, Smash Brothers, I've never made it to Elite Smash. I never want to bother with that. It seems like a very repetitive grind to
Yeah, I
even
just don't
achieve
really
that.
care enough to do that. I mean, I did it a couple times, but like only for videos. Yeah, like that one where you like analyzed my matches.
Yeah, the quick play stuff. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, quick play was kind of fun though.
If I remember correctly, Sakurai said that he would only do take balance considerations from Elite Smash players,
Oh,
considering how either well or badly the characters do. I
god
could
damn.
be I could be remembering that wrong, but that's something where it's just like Sakurai seemed to really care more about the Elite Smash players rather than anyone else in quick play.
I don't know how I feel about that.
yeah, me
May-
too. I'm like,
Maybe that would explain why the
awkward.
balance in Smash Bros. Ultimate was really not that good, in my opinion.
Now, which Smash Brothers game would you say has like peak balance?
Uh, I can't. You want me to be honest? I think no Smash Brothers game has peak balance. All of them are kind of unbalanced and jank in their own ways.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
Especially when you have Steve in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Bayonetta in Smash 4 with Cloud as well, Brawl with Meta Knight and Ice Climbers, and the Spaceys in Melee, and Kirby and Pikachu in Smash 64.
By the way, who are
I
the
think,
Spaceys?
Spaceys is just what they call Fox and Falco.
Oh, I've never heard
think
that
right-
before.
Oh,
you
yeah?
could consider Wolf a Spacey too, technically.
Yeah, technically. He may not be as fast, but he still fast falls.
And he's part of the Star Fox franchise.
Yeah. Right now, I think Jigglypuff is considered the best character in the game.
For what? Melee?
Melee, yeah.
That's, you know what, fair enough. Hungry Box is definitely putting in the work.
That down special is truly something else.
It was immensely strong in Smash Bros. Melee, but it got less effective. I think it was in its worst state in Smash 4, but Smash Ultimate now it's kind of a higher percent kill move.
In Smash 4, Jigglypuff never got any changes except for a bug. No buffs at all.
Damn. I guess this is a good segue to the next topic. Elite Smash. I think it's a really dumb idea to have for a platform fighter.
Agreed. Honestly, for a fighting game in general, I don't even know how that would work.
With Guilty Gear Strive, they have the Celestial Floor, which in theory I think is kind of like what Elite Smash was, but it's done better.
Mm-hmm.
But with Smash Ultimate, it's more so just you keep fighting and you get so little GSP, and considering how you need to have a certain amount of GSP to enter Elite Smash, and it constantly keeps rising, I don't know, it just seems like it's not really worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Where it's just, why bother? If you make it to Elite Smash, then kudos to you. You put in the hard work. Now you can't really play casual item matches and quick play with that character you made it to Elite Smash with. Unless you do like Battle Arena or something, or play a different character.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just, yeah. It's a little bit of an add-on to the previous topic, but I feel like it was worth mentioning. I don't know what the general consensus is on Elite Smash, though.
Yeah, honestly, and this is kind of how I felt with For Glory and Smash 4 as well. Like, I just don't really care enough.
Mhm.
With For Glory and For Fun in Smash 4, I feel like that was the best way to go about it. Even if, yeah, you do have GSP in For Glory, if I remember correctly, but
Yes.
it never really felt like it mattered as much as it does in Smash Ultimate.
I believe you can't even see your GSP in For Glory. It just exists.
It just matches you up against players of various skill levels,
Mm-hmm.
and that could be kind of fun, I guess. But it never really felt as if you were putting so much on the line, especially when in Smash Ultimate Quick Play, there is no casual or competitive mode. It's all just quick play. So even if you do like an items on match with 2 minutes on the clock, no stocks, and final smashes are enabled.
Mm-hmm.
Just even if you win those, then you get GSP. If you lose, then you lose a lot of GSP. So it's always like it's constantly ranked.
Hmm.
Oh.
Just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I think one day I want to make a video on how I would do competitive online for Smash.
Honestly, I would love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd watch that too. I like your videos.
Oh, thanks. I like your guys' videos too.
Oh,
Sentiments.
thank you. Thank you. The sentiment is appreciated and reciprocated.
You're a sweetheart.
Aw.
Anyways, weren't we? Is that all you have to say for your topics?
If you guys want to talk about something, then by all means, I definitely want to hear it.
Yeah, actually, I think one of us suggested this, but like, should we talk about like our mains in these fighting games?
Oh, absolutely. Your mains in a traditional fighter and a platform fighter. Who would like to start off with that?
I'd like to start
How
because I
about we
have a
let Bumpy
question.
go? Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a
let's-
question. Can I use more than one fighting game for each category?
Let's limit it to, how does 2 sound, if that's all right?
Okay, so two for, because I only have one main for a traditional fight, but I have 2 sets of mains for a platform fighter.
All right, that works.
Yeah, I just figured I would ask.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I actually have I have 3 mains that I like to cherry pick. Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury,
Based.
Mega Man,
Also based.
and Pyra.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I did not take you for a Pyra player.
I just like how
Me
broken
neither.
she is.
She is pretty.
Yeah, she
what's
is
her-
pretty strong, and same
Oh.
with Mithra.
Well, Mithra, I'm
She's
not that
pretty
crazy
demi-
about.
Yeah, she's more technical, especially when Pyra just smash attack and you basically win.
Now, an interesting question for you, KO. What do you think my mains say about me?
Unga bunga, mash buttons, get in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I picked up Terry. He was just, and then I became a Fatal Fury fan out of that. So, yeah, I just really like Terry's play style, to be honest.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Like I don't know, he just feels better to play compared to like Ryu or Ken.
It
Yeah.
definitely feels like with Ryu and Ken and all the traditional fighting game characters, they play sort of like how they would from their home games, and Terry has a lot more, I don't know, it's not as restrictive as Street Fighter sort of where Street Fighter is links with Fatal Fury. Yeah, you can link, but you could do like light punch, heavy punch, or light kick, heavy kick.
Yeah. Yeah, I just really like yeah, he's probably my favorite out of the traditional fighting characters. Though then again, I haven't played a lot of Kazuya, so
I
Hmm.
also like that Terry has an actual charge special where you charge down and press up and attack for a stronger, what is it, rising tackle?
yeah.
It sounds like it.
And this actually brings me to one of my hot takes. I like how a lot of the newer fighters actually have elements implemented from their games.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
a
You,
lot more,
you don't really get that with some of the older fighters, I feel.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
In Smash Brothers, it really feels like Cub Smash 4 and Ultimate, they're a lot more of an homage to their home games.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are. And what was I gonna say? Mega Man. Yeah, he's like my cause I like playing as all around characters. You know, characters that are good, but are like beginner friendly, and I'd argue Mega Man kind of fits that.
Reasonable.
Yeah, and then that's why I'll occasionally play like Mario every now and then.
Right.
Yeah, I just like those
Uh,
kinds of characters.
Fair enough. And Pyra, super strong.
Yeah, broken as hell.
What's your second platform fighter main that you said you were going to mention?
Well, I have an entire group of mains in Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2.
How about you keep it to just like 3 characters, like with Smash Ultimate, if that's all right?
Yeah, that's fine. The three characters I've been getting the most mileage out of, I'd say, are SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, and the Angry Beavers.
Angry Beaver seems like they'd be a pretty fun character, but I've just been trying to stick with one character for that game.
Yeah, the Angry Beavers. If it's another Pyra Mithra situation, I normally play as whoever the brown beaver is.
Right.
Daggett. Yeah.
Yeah, Daggett. And I know one's Daggett, the other's Norbert. I have a hard time remembering.
Yeah, I thought so too. When I remember when I did my video on them when you requested it, I just called them Nappa and Super Vegeta.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I somehow remember their names. I don't know why.
Yeah. And then I also I kind of considered saying Garfield, but he's more of a secondary. The more I think of, he's like a high secondary, almost bordering on a main. I feel.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And
Then SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs. Well, SpongeBob I like for being an all-around type fighter.
Mr. Krabs feels like an all-rounder as well.
Yeah, he's a little heavy, but I don't know. I just really like the way he plays.
Fair enough. What about traditional fighter main?
Well, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I have a team that I like to use specifically.
Oh, really?
My team, I use Deadpool, I use Spider-Man, and I use Zero.
You are honestly based decision for including Zero. I know he's a top tier, but he's one of my favorite characters in that game and just in Mega Man in general.
Yeah, I chose those three because those are like three of my favorite characters in media.
Same.
Right.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
that's why I choose my characters anyways.
Yeah.
Also, they're all red, so they have like a color theme.
There you go.
That gives them like 20% attack.
It's team colored.
Yep, you get a little boost.
I get to be in the
Yeah.
next Street Fighter, right, Capcom? Right?
Silence.
I'm the ghost of Christmas. Kick your ass!
What about you, console? Who are your Who are your mains in a traditional fighter and a platform fighter?
Well, the first one is someone I've been maining since Melee, but I've been maining Luigi in each Smash game.
The
Yeah,
Green
Luigi.
Thunder himself.
Yeah. Although I will admit, I'm not really the biggest fan of him in Ultimate, where I'm more on the side of playing Wolf.
Yeah, Luigi feels a lot like a grappler in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yep. In Ultimate and Smash 4, but I feel like everyone in Smash 4 was kind of a grappler.
Hmm.
Big throw ranges.
Yeah.
That's why I made
But,
Bowser Jr. in Smash 4.
But yeah, Luigi I think is definitely much more of a heavier grappler compared to the first game. Which personally I'm not really a grappler kind of guy. I just play Luigi because I like Luigi, right?
Right.
But again, I'm leaning towards Wolf in that game at least. But I also think.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wolf definitely seems more up your alley, considering I see you play characters like Chip.
Yeah, like it's honestly, I'm kind of surprised that that rushdowns are. I think I prefer rushdowns to more traditional fighting games. Funny enough, but what I wanted to mention, I feel like Luigi is a big part of the type of defensive playstyle that I like to go with. I don't know if he's considered a turtle, but I think turtling is like sort of something that's been more me lately.
If you want a turtle play style in Smash Ultimate, Sephiroth is your guy.
Oh my goodness!
What does turtle even mean?
Turtling is where you hang back. It's where you play very defensively. It's like Guile from Street Fighter. He does turtling.
Yeah, looks like
where
my
he stays in
warrior is
place.
done.
Where he stays in place, he fires off sonic booms, and he hits you with flash kick if he sees you jumping at him.
He says trophy.
Yeah,
and that's how he plays in Street Fighter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like turtling is a good example of playing Luigi, but I guess that's something I like to do lately. I think it's also because of like just Smash's single player experience as well, because I think that's like a very good strategy with playing like horde battles and stuff in classic mode, just being defensive, trying not to get damaged.
Luigi does have some pretty long range to be a bit more defensive, play footsies.
Yeah. Especially his forward air, which is great for hitting Nikitas.
Right. No snake mains around you.
Yeah,
it's no longer showtime.
I feel so good when I do that. I feel like I just parried a move in the air or something.
Imagine boy chopping heat-seeking missile.
Oh, jeez.
It totally won't go bad for you.
Nope. Nah.
You'll be perfectly fine, like Smash Brothers. Please don't ever.
Yeah. As for my other main, I'm gonna say one from Nasby 2, but it's definitely leaning towards like Zuko or Reptar.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, Zuko is the newest character, and I pick him because I like him. Somewhat same for Reptar. You know, I kind of grew up with Rugrats, and I thought that was such a great idea. But Reptar is just really fun. You know, I don't really want to drop him for good, so maybe I'll dual main him with Zuko. You know.
Yeah, honestly, my stance on Reptar, I liked him much better in the first game because of how busted he was.
When we did that collab, whenever you did bust out Zuko and or Reptar, I don't know, it seemed like Rocksteady kinda had you downloaded a little bit. I did like that you managed to get a stage spike on me, though.
Yeah, I mean, he has some pretty straightforward aerials, which I really like.
It's just weird that he has such a terrible recovery.
Yeah, I still think it's a lot better than most of the Avatar characters. Zuko.
Right. Or even Reptar has a not great recovery without slime, and that seems to be a theme with characters you play in platform fighters.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of weird.
Luigi has the green missile, sure, and up special, but
I mean, green missile. I think you're a bigger target, and then up special
and the misfire.
Yeah, the misfire is a dangerous thing, but you can easily, after the cooldown, you know that they didn't misfire, you can easily spike them if you're fast enough.
Not to mention, it's a random chance if you even get it off.
Yeah. I do prefer, like, recoveries that are more linear, at least, because I could do well with them.
Right.
I feel like Fox and Bowser are, like, good examples. They go pretty far, but they also, like, you know, they're very easy to get if you're smart.
Right. I'll save mine for later, but yeah, no, I totally get why you picked Zuko and Reptar in that collab video we did now, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was losing pretty bad at the beginning of that. I was like, man, how am I thought I'd do a little better than that.
What about traditional fighters for you, for your mains?
Now, traditional fighters, kind of I don't know how to, like, it's a weird, it's kind of a weird situation, I guess. Fighters is kind of interesting, because
you're kind of going through a character crisis
Yeah.
after Yamcha kind of got invalidated after patches.
Maybe I tried so hard to play him, even though I just really don't like fighting with fusions and stuff, especially since they keep buffing them.
The one thing he had of level 1 into level 3, now everyone can do that if they're the last character alive on their team.
Yeah, that's the thing that makes me drop. Thanks for reminding me.
And they get easy touch of death combos. Yamcha does too, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
His X factor is now just the norm.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he's not bad. It's just I think the meta, especially online, is just not for him.
Right.
And I think he's really good, honestly, but you have to play harder.
Right. As of the time of this, at least, who would you say your mains are for that game?
For that game, my team is Vegeta Blue. He's a character I'll always play, even though he's also now the problem. Now his EX grab has invincibility for some reason, which I don't think he needs.
No. You basically gave him an invincible SPD.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's really, really dumb, and
that's rough, buddy.
And
you get a reversal at least.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that if I were to nerf him, other than just the EX grab, the fact that he can do 2 big bang attacks is ridiculous. I honestly feel like that's a bug.
A medium auto combo.
Yeah, you gotta do medium auto combo and then big bang attack right afterwards, and that's the only way to do it. But they also buffed his damage and hit stun too, and honestly, I think it's a bug. I think if they even notice that, they'll probably take it away, and I think that's for the best. He doesn't need it.
Okay. But who else? Who else is on your team?
My second character is Android 21.
Oh!
Funny enough, like I did pick these characters because I do like them. I would say that 21 is my second favorite character, I guess, in maybe all Dragon Ball. She doesn't need a return in the anime, though. I know there's some people saying that.
She doesn't. She does not need to come back. She served her purpose.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see her more in our like other games, but no, she doesn't need to be online. She could be like anime. She can be like how the movie characters, they just show up in the movies and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's pretty fun.
No, I was just laughing. No, you said Dragon Ball movie, and immediately my mind went to Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, I have to watch that, by the way. I will watch it one day.
one day, push it off as much as you can.
Eventually.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
What about your third character?
Oh, I see. You want to get moving on from 21. I see. Okay, I see what it is.
Honestly, I've moved on from that point in my life. I'm still not a fan of the character, but I don't despise her as much. I've gotten used to fighting against her.
I never asked. Maybe you want to say this for another time, but why do you dislike 21?
Honestly, I played through the entire story mode of DBFZ. She just seems like a less interesting Majin Buu, kind of. Just the way they handled the evil and the good side. And yeah, not a big fan of her level 3. It's just kind of why would you do that, Arxis? Is there something you're not telling us?
I will say that I hate the ending. That's it. At least the last arc. Ugh.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what it is because of spoilers, but it's very cliche and easy to see. And honestly, I think it
also kind of plays into my logic of it feels like a worse version of Majin Buu arc.
Yeah.
But yeah, third character.
Let's move on. Right now, before I was playing Yamcha, after I was playing Yamcha, right now I'm playing Janemba, and I'm really liking him.
Janemba is a character that I've always wanted to try, but then I played GT Goku.
I played both Janemba and GT Goku when they first came out, and I was like, man, these both are really cool. Janemba is also one of my favorite villains. I'm thinking he's not my number one villain, but he's pretty up there. honestly, I kind of just forgot what my number one was at the time.
I mean, he is the incarnation of evil itself in Dragon Ball, and he has a giant sword. He's basically a demon.
Yeah, I think he's canonically an imp, which
Oh.
might explain his Japanese voice actors. I mean, actor. I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but he has a very high pitched voice. in contrast to his deep voice.
While in the English voice, it's very deep and growly.
Yeah, I know some people hate on the Japanese voice, but I think I honestly like them both. I think they both fit.
I think they're both pretty good.
Yeah,
I have no horse in this race.
What about?
He's just really cool. Okay, that's it.
Honestly, that's all you need sometimes.
Hmm.
Is there another traditional fighter main of yours, or is that pretty much it, console?
Well, I think if we really want to like just not focus on fighters, I guess I do like Chip. I've been liking Chip a lot. In Guilty Gear Strive.
Chip Zanoff is the jokes of him dying in one interaction against Potemkin aside.
Yeah, I used to play Giovanna. I think that's her name.
Giovanna was a character I always wanted to try, but I digress.
Maybe like I think some people compare her to Vegito, which she has I think 5L or at least Vegito's 5L. I don't know which move she has.
Slash.
Yeah. I mean, she was alright, but she's very simple. She gets kind of old after a while. Meanwhile, Chip, I feel actually like I'm actually like playing a character.
Chip definitely has a lot more fun if he's not getting counter hit and dying in 2 combos.
Yeah, and he's really cool too. I remember this one YouTuber saying that they wanted to play Chip because how cool they were, but then they were like, "Oh, but then I found out he's a drug addict, and that he decided not to play anymore."
He was a drug addict.
He didn't mention that, and I was like, "Okay, that's understandable." And then I found out that he got over it, and I was like, "That's awesome!" What?
The lore of Guilty Gear is absolutely batshit insane, and I love it. And Chip also got to protect at the time, the president from an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
And he got to start finding his own country as well.
Yeah.
And he's also he's also canonically an American who's a weeaboo.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. I think that's funny.
Weebs.
He's kind of a dork too.
And he becomes Guilty Gear's real life actual into ninjutsu and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of the crazy lore that it is, I would be really cool if they could add like a JoJo character into Guilty Gear. That'd be awesome.
A crossover character would definitely be wild.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. I don't want to draw this out too much.
Reasonable. I have yet to get to my mains, but I'll be quick about this one. Don't worry. So, for platform fighters, I'm just gonna keep it brief with only one pick from Smash Ultimate, and it's Ike.
Oh.
I cannot help it. I like Ike. I like my heavyweight characters with big disjoint hitboxes, kind of fast, decent-ish recovery. Still can be easily gimped though.
Mm-hmm.
And
at least he's not Chrom.
Chrom, he doesn't have quick draw.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ike. I don't know. I just like my simple, fast, strong, heavyweight character. Good kill power. I don't know. Just that's really all I could say. Pretty solid character in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
pretty cool.
Even though he doesn't really play as one-to-one as he does in the actual Fire Emblem video games. Characters that aren't Robin, who else? Corrin or Byleth, they have more of a sort of abridged version of how they would play in Fire Emblem. I mean, if Ike had the actual version of the Aether skill, that he can learn in Fire Emblem, then he would be absolutely overpowered with that up special of his.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. RPG comparison aside, for traditional fighters, I mentioned it before, Lwane from Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising.
Mm-hmm.
Really good, just sort of all-rounder character. He's got good zoning, pretty good combos, and set play he can do, where he calls in the bros or the goons. Or his 2-2X, where he summons a Catalina robot. The light version just punches the enemy, good for Okizemi. The medium version has it fire eye lasers, and the heavy version has it fire boob missiles.
Oh, God.
The ultimate version has it basically summon drill arms, and if you hit someone with it, it will take them all the way to the edge of the screen. And if you're in the corner and you follow the attack all the way through when it connects with someone, it's an easy corner-to-corner combo.
Sounds like this Catalina robot has a lot of appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you combo into the 2-2U with the drill arm version of the Catalina robot, you could get over 100 hits for a combo. It doesn't do much damage, but it's just silly as hell, and it's pain on my ears.
It's a fighting
I don't know,
game
just-
for you.
Yep. Lwane is the quintessential joke character, but he still definitely puts in the work. The other character that I really like in traditional fighters, and this is my last one, is M. Bison for Street Fighter 6.
Bias alert.
It-
Bias alert.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's go ahead. Go and talk.
It's alright. With M. Bison, he does so much damage in Street Fighter 6. And also his back fist combo special attaches a Psycho Mine onto the opponent. And doing a Psycho Crusher or another back fist combo on someone who has the Psycho Mine will detonate it and allow for follow-ups or extra damage. Oh, and Devil's Reverse also detonates the Psycho Mine. The Psycho Mine will also detonate on its own after a while. You can detonate the Psycho Mine on a blocking opponent with Psycho Crusher, Devil's Reverse, or Back Fist combo, or just let the mine detonate on its own. The mine goes away if Bison gets hit, though, so yeah, rip. Not to mention, on hit, if the overdrive versions of Psycho Crusher, Back Fist combo, or Devil's Reverse detonates the Psycho Mine, Bison deals more damage and I think allows you to convert off of them. I could go on, but we would probably be here all day. You can only get the mine on hit, not on block, but I don't know, it's small stuff like that that really builds up to me liking the character very much. Not to mention, he's also got really good range on a lot of his moves, good pokes. Kind of a rushdown character, even though I don't really like playing rushdown characters anymore.
I didn't know that.
Biased.
Python Bean.
His level 1 is Strike Invincible on startup. The level 2 is fully invincible on startup. And the level 3 is full invincibility on startup. So yeah, that's really his only reversals, and his Overdrive Shadow Rise is throw invincible. I don't know, just I like it. I like working with his toolkit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I've really got. I'm sorry this went on for so long.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I think I'm mostly responsible for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, it's all right.
Console
I feel like
ASMR.
What?
I feel like we're getting close to the end. So, how's one more topic sound? I guess if that works.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. What's your favorite moment you've ever had in a traditional fighter, or even just a platform fighter? It doesn't have to be both. Just one moment that you absolutely remember and really like looking back on.
Console, you go first, because I have no horse in this race.
Oh really?
No.
Oh.
All right.
Well,
All
actually, I
right.
do, but I have to think about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I like to bring up something that happened in a tournament once.
Really?
Yeah, as I said before, I play Luigi. Was going to do a Smash Ultimate tournament, and it was a nice place. I think it was like a casino. Actually, I'm not entirely sure.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Um,
fancy.
and my opponent, he was playing all random.
Just he mains random.
Yeah,
My
he got
favorite.
Samus, by the way.
Ooh. All right.
I'm not even sure if he knew how to play him or her, but I think I got lucky because I SD'd, and then they were nice enough to give me a homie stock, and I was like, "Oh, you didn't have to do that. That's my fault." And he lost for it.
Still
Uh,
respect.
Yeah. Really cool guy. I don't remember his name, but my next opponent, I was with the random guy, and I told him, "Well, time to find Elegant." And if you don't know who Elegant is, he is considered to be the best Luigi player in the world.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh,
Yeah,
This is
and
the big moment right here.
yeah. So the random guy was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yep." I don't know what to say. This is basically meeting a celebrity.
Right.
I don't even know how to respond. Should I treat him like a normal person? Do I be like,
Get on your knees. Get on your knees and worship him.
yeah? So I wasn't sure what to say, and so I'm just sitting here waiting for him, and he walks by, and I was like, I don't even look at his face. I'm just really awkward, and
Just your lips are sealed shut. You don't know really what to say.
yeah, I was like, okay, he picks his character, and then I pick Luigi afterwards without saying I'm a Luigi main, which I feel like I should have said.
Right.
And I wasn't sure what I wanted to say. I was like, should I say good games? No, of course not. He's really good at the game. He doesn't need to be told that. No, sorry. Good luck. Oh, sorry. What should I say? Good luck. I was like, of course not. He's good at the game. He's gonna destroy me. So I kind of didn't have a lot anything in time. So I just said, good games. Like like an idiot. Made myself look really bad there.
like a knucklehead McSpazatron.
Yeah, like I was just disrespecting them, but I'm just being really awkward. And
Go on. Go on. I'm sorry.
well, he didn't really react to it much, but apparently one of my friends were watching me when I think I SD'd, and he saw him shake his head.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know what that's about.
he's
But
probably a very critical of other Luigi's.
yeah, I mean,
Pretentious much?
Probably.
maybe. I mean, he seems like what you would expect from a Luigi main, if you know what I mean.
What do you
Uh,
mean? I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you mean either.
Oh, Luigi mains tend to be very awkward.
Oh, I mean, you being a Luigi
Like
main, that
like-
tracks.
Like Luigi himself.
Yep.
Does this story
Um,
have a happy ending at least?
Well, I did something that was very surprising. When he was hitting me, I was trying to mash out of the combo, and I managed to break out of his combo with a critical up B.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And he was surprised. He was like, "What? What just happened?" Like he didn't figure it out.
He did not expect the reversal.
Nope. Of course he won in the end, but ultimately, it just things didn't go badly for us. I don't think he probably doesn't even remember me, but that was a fun time. I think I know what to do next time.
Still, you managed to. I'd say you did pretty well, honestly.
Same.
Yeah, and now if you ever watch my videos and wonder why I say GG's at the beginning of my videos, now you know.
Oh, so we're getting a little bit of console lore.
Yeah. The console warrior iceberg.
Oh damn! What happens when we reach the abyss?
I'm probably there somewhere.
The celestial abyss. Wait, is that something else? I feel like I'm thinking of something else.
Probably.
It's a reference to how icebergs at the bottom, it's at the abyss for the meme.
I think I was thinking of Guilty Gear, the Celestial 4, but I mistook it for something else.
Okay. But still, honestly, I'd say that's a pretty cool story. You managed to fight one of the best players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, what about you, Bumpy? You got anything, or not sure?
Still not sure yet. I'll let you go, Cayo.
All right. Mine's gonna be a little bit short. It's nowhere near as cool as consoles here. Aside from the time I fought the platinum rank Jamie in my placement matches with M. Bison, that nearly made me crap my pants, and somehow still managed to get a win. My favorite moment has to be this one time I was playing Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. I was trying to record for a Matera video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I find this one random 2B player in the open lobby, online lobby, and it's just like, hey, let's have a match. And they're like, sure, okay. So the match begins. They don't really seem like they know what they're doing. Then again, neither do I with Matera, but I know the basic game plan is zone, get them into the corner, and then combo. And keep zoning. Don't let them out. I still have the video of it on my channel where I defeat the 2B. They did a few combos that I labbed. And you know what they did? Right as soon as the results showed up and I was ready to rematch to have the full set, apparently the 2B player rage quit. They quit the game during the match results, and the game had to load. It had to take a few seconds to recognize that the connection with the other player was lost. So I had my first official match against a rage quitter.
That's great.
I think I remember this.
And honestly, it has to be one of the most memorable moments for me because I've never had anyone actually rage quit against me in my entire career playing fighting games.
And usually I'm the one fighting the urge to rage quit against you.
Sorry? I feel bad when I do that, but I feel bad when I do that against my friends or my mutuals or acquaintances, but against random players online, nah. It's just a little something to get me laughing.
You don't have to feel bad, by the way. I'm used to it.
Thank you, but I'll still feel bad regardless because that's just who I am. I've been raised to be a good sport.
Does that mean you'll go easier on me?
No, it means I'll go twice as hard on you because, well, it's no fun holding back against a friend.
Oh, fuck you!
I see it as honorable. Be happy.
Okay, you're right. I want my fruit snacks.
But, yeah. I tried messaging the 2B player on PlayStation. I just simply leave a message that says, "Why did you rage quit?" No response.
Pussy.
Dang.
And then, not a few minutes after I send the message, the person goes back to playing Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising on casual mode.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they don't come back for a rematch. They just go right to casual mode after our online lobby battle. Which, you know what? Fair enough. You do you. Why did you rage quit? I doubt you're watching this, but why?
Yeah, why?
You could have just clicked lobby and leave there, but no, you had to rage quit.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that's my story. I think it's memorable.
Also, I think it's starting to storm a little bit in my area, so I'm gonna wrap up with a little something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember the first Teeter Totter Gulch video I did with console?
Right, when I found that glitch with Leonardo on that stage.
Do you remember the first glitch? I think in one of our matches console, remember I made you clip through the seesaw?
Oh yeah.
That was pretty memorable, only because of how much you screamed.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyways,
I gotta rewatch that video.
yeah.
oh yeah, might as well.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Pretty much all I
honestly,
gotta say.
fair enough. Same here. I know this was kind of a clusterfuck of a podcast episode,
Mm-hmm.
but it has been 3 years since we've done this, so forgive us.
Yeah. This is unprofessional. Mm.
Then again, that's kind of the charm of the Zero Show podcast, is what I've learned,
Is that we're amateurs?
and that we just kind of go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
We're all scrubs.
Yeah, but hey, as long as we're having fun.
That's right.
And yeah, I guess thank you for doing this. It's been so long. I've always wanted to do another episode, but at least this time we got the time to do it.
Yeah, I'm glad we could do it too.
And take care. Take your time with all this, all right, Bumpy?
Thank you.
No prob. There's no rush. I know you've got a lot on your plate already.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah, don't worry. You got this.
Thank you. Got this, Sonic.
You can win, Sonic.
Yep. And until
But,
next time, this is Bumpy Gaming going back under the bed.
And this is the Consoleware, and I hope to see you guys next time.
All
And
right.
before I do my outro, real quick, Console Warrior, since we finally got to have a match in NASB 2, I would love to have a match against you in Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising sometime.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that.
There is the free-to-play version.
Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, this is Lightning KO signing off. See you on the next episode, whenever that'll be.
Yep. Take care,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.